What's up, everybody? I'm doing a review today on a gimbal called the MOZA Mini P gimbal. And if you don't know what a gimbal is, well, you should know what a gimbal is if you shoot video, because it's going to help you stabilize your video, especially if you're shooting on a cell phone or a mirrorless camera. So this is what a gimbal is, and you've probably seen people using one and just didn't know what it was, but now you know, because I'm doing a review on it. And my review is better than anybody else's review out there, because I said so, and I'm in focus. Can't beat that. So let me turn this baby on. Yeah, this looks cool. Yeah. Sorry it took me so long to do this review. I've been working on a movie here in Atlanta, which has nothing to do with anything, but that's not an excuse. It's just the reason why it took me a long time, because I had some other stuff I had to do. But now I'm here, and this is the MOZA Mini P gimbal review. Yeah. All right, let's see what we get in the box with the MOZA Mini P gimbal. So first we get the manual. We also get the gimbal itself, and we get the adapter for your cell phone. This is actually a cell phone holder, and it has connection points to mount it vertically or horizontally. We have the L bracket. This will be used to actually connect this to the quick release on the gimbal, and then you connect the phone holder to the L bracket. We have a cable, because you can actually operate your cell phone using the gimbal. The gimbal has controls on it to allow you to take a photo, to play, or to stop recording, or to zoom on your cell phone. And last but not least, we have a handle for your gimbal that doubles as a tripod. And you're really going to need this, because this helps if you're, for A, needing to have an extension onto your gimbal, or B, you're going to need it for when you calibrate your cell phone or your camera on your gimbal, and you're going to have it sitting on the tripod. And then also, what else can you use this for? When you just want to have your camera or cell phone set up stationary, and you want to remote control the gimbal from a cell phone using Bluetooth. All right, so the hardest part for me was actually setting the gimbal up, because this is the way that it comes out of the box. So as you can see, when it's in the box, it's like that. When you take it out of the box, this thing looks like a transformer, and it was difficult for me to understand how to get it set up. So the best way I can show you how to set up is to take it from ground zero and first install the stand, because you're going to need this later when it comes to actually trying to calibrate your device or to balance your device on the gimbal. So I install that. Then if we turn to the side, we see a unlock switch. What this does when you unlock it is you twist the gimbal. If you're facing the gimbal like this, you're twisting it counterclockwise up. This was tricky for me. It took me about 2 weeks, no lie, to figure this out, because I thought I was going to break it every time. So when you pull this back, you kind of have to pull out a little bit and then turn it up. It doesn't go super easy, in my opinion, and maybe it shouldn't. Maybe, you know, it's like that for a reason. But anywho, so that's the big first step. Pull that switch back, and then pull out and turn this up. Pull this piece out a little bit and turn up. Okay, once you got that turned up like that, you'll notice there's some instructions on the side, but they didn't really help me. I actually just went to YouTube and looked at some other videos. So what you want to do is turn the gimbal in this direction so that you can see the controls on the back of it. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to unlock this piece up here. And the way you do that is you're just going to slide this slider right here back. So slide it back. And it's really not, it's just allowing this to swing freely at that point. Okay? So we got that taken care of. That's one piece we need to unlock. The second piece we need to unlock is there's another switch right here, a red switch that we're going to push down to unlock. And notice it allows this now to swing freely, which at that point, it's kind of like, okay, what do I do? Okay, so turn it back in this direction to where you're looking at the controls. And what you want to do is take and swing to where you see, oh, actually, before we do that, swing it around and loosen up this top arm right here. Because what we want to do is when we loosen this, we want to be able to slide this up like that. Before it's just sitting down in here. It's just sitting in there. And now that we've loosened this, we can slide it up. And now it swings freely. All right, so we swing it up, let's lock it back. So now we got a lot of things swinging freely here. Let's bring it back to where we can read MOZA right there. And then once we can read MOZA, we're going to swing this over, and this is kind of the general direction that your gimbal is kind of going to be set up in. So what we want to do is turn this way, turn that way, and we want to slide this to where the sticker right here is facing up. So we are going to place, actually before we place this L bracket on here, we want to go ahead on and probably be a good idea to go ahead on and put the camera mount on here. So let's go ahead and put the camera mount on. We want to be holding this kind of where this L bracket is in our right hand, like this. Actually, just so you guys can see, we want to be holding the L bracket to where my right hand goes on it like that. So as long as it's in my right hand, I know I have it in the right orientation. And I want to put the phone connector on like this to where it's open. So this is on the right, and then it's open facing me. So that's how you know you have it in the right direction. Let me grab a penny so I can lock this down. So because this L bracket does not have basically you need a penny or something you can stick in here to screw it down, because it doesn't have a hand tightener. So I'm going to slide this down a little bit, and I'm going to put this on. Cool. All right, once I got that on, and it's open, I can actually go ahead on and put my cell phone in here. Cell phone's installing some updates, but see. All right. Just make sure the holder does not cover up your cell phone buttons. So slide this down to where I have access to my power buttons and whatever else buttons. All right, got that on. Slide my gimbal back. Now, as we said, we're going to turn this to where we can reed MOZA. It's lined up with the back. And then, since this arm swings freely as well, I'm going to swing it here to my right or left, depending upon which way you're looking at this. And as I swing it over here, I'm going to lift this up. Now all I got to do is make sure that I can read this. As long as I can read this text on here, I know that I have it in the right orientation of basically the way that I want to slide this down. So and as I slide this down, I need to adjust this arm, press it in some. Now we're going to balance this thing. And the way we're going to balance it is we're going to hold this. I'm going to hold this arm so that it doesn't move. I'm going to hold it straight like that. And then I want to balance this to where it's going to stay in the correct orientation. All right, that looks good. So I have that pretty stable. Then I want to turn the camera up like this, and I want to make sure it can stay balanced in this location. And the way that I do that is I'm going to adjust this quick release. I'm going to loosen this up, and that way I can slide this over to the point of where I just want it to that looks good. Tighten it down. So now that's balanced that way. And if I put it back here, it should be, should be balanced this way. And if not, I'm going to loosen this up again. Tighten that down. So I think that's about right. That'll stay there. And it should stay roughly right there. Okay. Now, I don't want this to turn, so I'm going to slide this over so I can get it balanced. And so I think I have that relatively balanced. Tighten it down. And that seems good. This seems good. So now it's balanced. And the last thing that I want to do is adjust this to where this whole structure should be lined up over this right here, over that part. So I'm going to loosen this down here, turn it to the side, turn this back, and now that should be, there's some markings in the side of there I can use. So now that this crossbar is over this piece, I'm going to tighten it back down. All right. Now that I got everything tightened down and everything, I can go ahead on and hold the power button and start this baby up. Once I start it up, the lights will come on and it will kind of try to center itself a little bit But I'm gonna double tap this zoom switch over here so that I'm actually triple tap. I'm gonna triple tap this W right here, and then this thing will do a little dance and try to self-calibrate itself. So 1, 2, 3. So notice it's doing its little dance. And it's adjusting itself. It's relatively adjusting itself to where I have it set. Okay. And it should turn a little bit more to this way. Maybe, maybe not. Okay, so pretty much that is how you actually calibrate the gimbal. So basically, to control the camera from the gimbal, you're gonna need to download the MOZA Genie app. And to control the gimbal from an external phone, you're going to need to download the MOZA Master app. So it's two different apps. The MOZA Genie app is used to control your phone from the gimbal. So once you download that app, which I've done already, as you can probably see on here, maybe you cannot see, I'm not sure, but whatever I do on here, if I want to start recording, I just hit the record button and it starts recording. It's pretty much connected through Bluetooth. If I want to stop recording, I hit that button again. Recording is stopped. Okay, so all in all, I found the MOZA Mini P gimbal to be very easy to use. Well, easy once I figured out how to get the thing open and all that kind of stuff. But aside from that, it's very easy to use, and I think it's something that you're definitely going to want in your arsenal, inside your video arsenal. The controls are very smart. I like the fact that you can use it with a cell phone to either control the gimbal itself, or you can actually control the gimbal. You can actually control the cell phone from the gimbal. So long story short, the MOZA Mini P gimbal is a necessity. It's an awesome piece of gear. It will help stabilize your videos, possibly even stabilize your life, depending upon how you look at it. So go out and get one. That's my recommendation. I would ask you to like, subscribe, and comment. But I think that goes without saying. I think that goes without saying. Maybe it doesn't go without saying. Maybe you have to say it. But if you have to say it, it really wouldn't be that genuine. It'd be very ingenuous, because I'd be begging you to like, subscribe, and comment. I think that's probably not a good way to do it. You can do it, but nobody ever has to tell me to like, subscribe, and comment. Either I'm going to like, subscribe. Well, I guess you could actually guilt people into liking, subscribing, and commenting, because there's that factor too. So now that I think about it, yeah, I need you to like, subscribe, and comment. Yeah, even if I'm guilting you into it, it'd still be kind of a good thing to do. It only takes me a couple seconds to say it. It only takes you a couple seconds to do it. So there it is. I said it. I'm begging you. I'm giving you the best that I got, baby. Anyway, adios. Peace.